Good evening, I'm John Webb. Coming up brand new this evening on Silver Valley News, the Blues Fest is set to take place this summer. Precautions are now being planned to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Plus, what new tools Silver Valley Search and Rescue used to help find two missing subjects in Montana this past weekend. And the sun is out for the weekend, what the temperatures look like. I'm John Webb. The 5 o'clock news begins right now.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Julie Zook at Silver Legacy Realty.
Fair, accurate, to the point. You're watching Silver Valley News with John Webb.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm John Webb. Another mission has been accomplished for Silver Valley Search and Rescue crews alongside Mineral and Kootenai County. This time, some new equipment helped out. We spoke this morning with Robert Willock and Wyatt Cowan, both a part of Silver Valley Search and Rescue, and they tell us this weekend's search turned out to be a success.
It's going to be useful for anyone that's missing. It's hard for, anyone that's out there. You're thinking, what did this guy do? He's got dementia. I don't know what he did. I can't put myself in his shoes. But looking at other dementia patients that have been found with search and rescue, obviously we can look and see what they did and come to an idea or a theory on what he may have done.
This is the first mission that Silver Valley Search and Rescue has used this tool for. It's a book called Lost Person Behavior, and it was written in 2008 by a search and rescue member. It's a book that has over 50,000 different missing person cases and is categorized by age group, certain outdoor activities, and in this circumstance, mental illness. 74-year-old Michael Frazier, a Spokane man with dementia, was found dead Monday near Hagen, Montana. Willock says this is the first time he's actually used the book in a missing persons case like this.
I can't begin to put myself in the mental state of a dementia person and what they're thinking or what they're doing. So we use the guidance of the book to help us walk through that process. I can't remember what I would have done when I was 8 to 10 if I got lost. I can't put myself in that state. And so that book gives us a lot of guidance.
The book gave the search crews guidelines on what a percentage of dementia patients would do in certain conditions. On your screen, you can see that in 50% of the cases, the subject was found 1.1 miles from the initial planning point. That's exactly where they found Frazier. Beyond the book, crews have expanded into technology using Terrain Navigation Pro and Sartopo.
Basically, we can break down the map and create segments, search segments. We could see it in 3D imagery. We can also go on to Google Earth and get downloaded satellite imagery as well.
On your screen, you can see what a chunk of land typically looks like for a search and rescue member. This is an older mission near the Smelterville Airport. A chunk is typically about 40 acres.
As it progresses, we're going to add in more search zones. So now you can see that there's up to 5, and then I'm going to add in Sundays, which is we're going to add in that little strip down there to search.
And while crews are searching their area, the GPS system that they have on hand actually tracks every movement they make. The red S-like lines that you see is a member, and the blue lines is a canine.
You can see that there's a big hole right here where we missed. That might be of importance for us to go back and look at.
The GPS system helps track where crews have already searched, which is something they used to find Frazier this past weekend. Although they utilize GPSs, Silver Valley Search and Rescue doesn't actually own any. They are fundraising for about 10 GPS systems, which run about $250 a piece. They can accept donations from the public, just find them on Facebook. All in all, and with their new technology, Search and Rescue are still looking for more members.
Start you on training. So with our team here, we have a few requirements. There's some training hours required. There's some ICS training and first aid CPR, of course. And we'll go through basically teaching you how to run your GPS, how to do search clearing, how to basically outdoor survival.
To apply, just head to their Facebook page and they'll have to run a quick background check before you become a member. The 9th annual Blues Fest is set to continue this year despite several concerts in the surrounding area being canceled. Marcy Heyman, Blues Fest president, says it's an economy booster and it's needed.
The bigger we could get it, the better. We fill all of the hotels in Wallace, and we spread into Kellogg. We had to start housing our musicians in Kellogg last year because there weren't enough rooms in Wallace.
The bigger they get, the more precautions they have to take, particularly this year with the coronavirus still spreading. The Blues Fest committee is taking those precautions by limiting the number of sales and enforcing social distancing.
Obviously, we're going to have masks available for everyone. We're going to have social distancing sticks for people to kind of have a little fun with, 3-foot sticks that'll kind of give people an opportunity to poke somebody on the dance floor to get them out of their space kind of thing. We're going to chalk all of the areas where the seats will be, make sure they're 6 feet between everybody. The lines are spread out equally. We're going to make the dance floor twice as big on each street downtown Wallace. We're going to split the dance floor in half. Instead of just having one right there in front of the stage, we're going to expand it backwards on both streets. So there will be a lot more dancing space. We're going to limit in the beer garden, there won't be any tables. It'll all be independent seating, spaced out appropriately. We'll have masks and gloves, like I said, at the front gate for everyone. If we have to, we'll swab foreheads. If we have to check temps, we'll check temps.
And like every other year, they'll need many volunteers.
We're going to have sanitation stations at all the bathrooms and around town. We'll have sanitation engineers making sure that things are clean and orderly all throughout the day, make sure the garbage is picked up every hour.
Even though the Blues Fest is set to take place this summer, the committee still needs approval from the city to utilize the streets. Heyman will be presenting their plan to the council next week.
We can't stop the people from coming to Wallace, and people are going to come to Wallace one way or another. So I really suggest that we just do it and do it well and take care of the people so that people will understand that Wallace kind of cares about the visitors and its community.
The Blues Fest is set to take place July 10th through the 11th. VFW Post 1675 in Osborne has canceled several annual events due to COVID-19. The Loyalty Day Parade, VFW breakfasts, Memorial Day grave decorating, and the Veteran Service Officer Program were all canceled. With the events now off, Julie Robbins says they are struggling financially. Robbins says they could even potentially lose their community building. People can donate to the Post. Just mail a check to Box 534, Osborne. And the VFW isn't the only group struggling during these times. The 79th Annual Gyro Days and Lead Creek Derby has also been canceled. This is the first time since 1942 the event has been postponed. The Gyros would like to thank everyone who has purchased tickets for this year's event. Those contributions will help them fund scholarships that they've done for years. The 79th is set to take place June 19th of next year. The Shoshone County Elections Office made a minor error on ballots they sent out April 3rd. Republican candidate Dennis Harper incorrectly appeared on the ballot, even though he had withdrawn close to a month prior. Shoshone County Clerk Tammy Eberhard says they regret any confusion they may have caused for voters. Officials began sending out new ballots last week. The Silver Streak Zipline 5-day forecast calls for mostly sunny skies this weekend and into early next week. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Then we cool down a tad bit by the end of next week with rain showers to follow. In state news tonight, a group of inmates at Idaho's largest prison is suing the state for overcrowding. According to inmates, cell blocks are so packed that the prison department can't maintain sanitary toilets, putting them at risk during the coronavirus outbreak. Idaho Department of Corrections spokesman Jeff Ray declined to comment on the case because the lawsuit is ongoing. According to the lawsuit, 2 cell blocks originally designed to hold 504 inmates are now housing 824 people. 47 Idaho offenders have been tested for COVID-19, and so far all of the tests have come back negative. The Idaho Humane Society is now investigating a Boise woman after a video of her punching a dog appeared on social media. The video shows the unidentified woman wearing boxing gloves and repeatedly hitting a German Shepherd in the head and face. The video has since been taken down, however, copies have been made. The woman is recorded punching the dog at least 9 times as people in the background appear to laugh. The Idaho Humane Society says their Animal Care and Control Office received an overwhelming number of phone calls and emails about the video. The organization launched an official investigation and has identified the people involved. The conduct in the video is being considered for charges under Idaho's animal abuse statute, which criminalizes every person who cruelly whips, beats, or otherwise maliciously treats an animal. The name of the individual in the video has not been publicly released yet. And that's the 5 o'clock news for tonight. I'm John Webb. Until we speak again, have a great night.